If you are ever going to learn anything useful in finance, then that better be simple and compound interest, because almost every single theory in finance is based on these two concepts. And here I'm going to explain to you what this concept means in simple, intuitive steps. I'll show you the math, I'll show you how to implement it in Excel, and I'll also show you how to implement it in Python. So let's get started. Here, we have an investor who put in a total of £1,000 in an account. And this amount of money was held in a period of 10 years. And the account earns an interest of 20%. If the account earns simple interest at the end of the 10 years, the account is going to have a total of £3,000, of which there is going to be £2,000 as interest, and then there's also going to be £1,000 as the principal that was initially invested. Equally, for the account that earns compound interest, it is going to have a total of £6,191.74, in which we are going to have £1,000 as the amount that was initially invested and an interest of 5,191.74. Now, the big question is, how did we get here? So these two plots should be able to show you how money grows. In simple interest, money grows linearly. In compound interest, it grows exponentially. Now, let's look at how we arrive at these numbers. In simple interest, it simply means interest is only paid on the principal. So we said we have the principal of £1,000 and we have the rate of 20%. Now, in this example, we are going to use a period N of 4 years. And this interest rate of 20% is compounded annually. So that means at this point here, the person invested £1,000. Now, after 1 year, so year 1, they are going to have £1,000 multiplied by the rate 0.2, so you're going to get 200. So here, they're going to have an interest of 200. It means that the account is going to have £1,000 and 200. Okay, so the account balance is going to be 1,200. In year 2, we are going to have our £1,000 as the principal, and it is also going to earn an interest rate of 20%. So the total interest earned in year 2 is going to be 200, and therefore the account balance is going to be 1,200, and then you add the 200 here is going to be 1,400. So that is going to be our 200 here. Next, in year 3, we are going to have £1,000 multiplied by an interest rate of 20%. You're going to have 200. And it means that at the end of this period, you're going to have 1,600 as your balance. And now the interest you've earned here is 200. And in year 4, the final year, you're going to have your principal of £1,000 multiplied by the interest rate of 0.2. So it is going to be 200. And here, you're going to have 1,800 as your balance. And if this was for a 10-year period, it's going to continue all the way up to 10. So here we are going to have 200 as the interest. We can simplify this into a simple mathematical function, and this is how it's going to look like. Now, assume you have your principal P as above, and you have your rate R as above, and the period N. It simply means for the first period, for the first year, you're going to have principal multiplied by the rate. For the second year, you're going to have the principal multiplied by the rate. And the third year, you're going to have principal multiplied by the rate, and so forth up to the fourth year. And then all these, to get the total amount, you're going to add the principal that we had. So you can easily see that here we have our principal, and then we have this first one is going to be just the rate, then plus the rate, then plus the third rate, then plus the fourth rate. And now for the final year, because we have put this outside the bracket, it's going to be plus 1. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can simply say from simple algebra that this is going to be principal multiplied by 4 times the rate plus 1. But we said 4 is our period. So if we have n years, we are simply going to write n. So we are going to have principal multiplied by n r plus 1. And this is your formula for simple interest. If we go now to our initial example, where we had a 10-year period, we are going to have principal is equals to 1,000, rate is 0.2, and then n is equals to 10. Try to verify this, that you're going to find the total amount in the account is going to be £3,000, of which 2,000 is the interest and 1,000 is the principal. For the compound interest, we are still going to use the same analogy, where we had our principal of £1,000, then we had our rate of 2% and a period of 4 years. Now, the difference between simple and compound interest is, in simple interest, we said interest is paid only on the principal, but on the compound interest, interest is paid on the balance in the account. So this is how we are going to do it. In the first year, we are going to have our principal of £1,000. At the end of the first year, that is at the end of year 1, they are going to have the balance in the account is £1,000. Then we are going to multiply this by the rate. So it's going to be 0.2. Now they are going to have earned £200, and therefore the account balance is going to be £1,200. At the end of year 2, instead of earning interest on the principal, it is this balance that is going to earn interest. So here we are going to have earned an interest of 200, and now we are going to have 1,200 multiplied by 0.2, where you are going to find a total of 240, and therefore the account balance is going to be 1,440. So the interest that you have earned at the end of the second year is 240. Now, at the end of year 3, we have a balance of 1,440 in our account, and this is also going to earn an interest of 0.2. Therefore, we are going to get a total interest of 288, and our account now is going to be 1,440 plus 288, which is going to be 1,728. Therefore, here we have an interest of 288. Now, for the final year, we started the year with a balance of 1,728, and this is going to earn an interest of 0.2, which means that we are going to have 345.6 as our interest. So the total balance in our account at the end of this period is going to be 273.6. So, and in this period, we are going to have earned 345.6. So this is where now the difference lies in between the simple and compound interest. Now, can we change this into a function or a formula that we can use anywhere? Yes. So that is going to be, we had our principal multiplied by 1 plus our rate for the first year. Then for the second year, we took all these and then multiplied it. So if you're going to call this A, then we said we got A, then multiplied it by 1 plus the rate. Then we took all these and let's call it B. Now we multiplied B by 1 plus the rate. So it's going to be B into 1 plus the rate. So in simple terms, you're going to have P 1 plus the rate for the first year, Then all these multiplied by 1 plus the rate for the second year. Then all these multiplied by 1 plus the rate for the third year. And for the fourth year, you just continue doing that. But in simple algebra, this is simply P1 plus the rate for n years. Therefore, it's going to be n. So we can easily conclude that simple interest, the formula is principal 1 plus rate times the number of years, and compound interest is principal 1 plus the rate raised to power n. In Excel, this is going to be easy. Now we have our principal of £1,000, our rate of 20%, so that is 0.2 and a period of 4 years. So what we are going to do is we are going to calculate and break it down as this. So we are going to have our period, all the period, as all the 4 years that we have. And then after that, now we can have, we said, for simple interest, the balance at the start of the period is what we invested. Now, the interest that we are going to earn is a product of this amount that we invested multiplied by the interest rate. Now, because it is going to be constant all through, we can simply lock this using the F4 in Excel, and then you can run that. And then after that, the closing balance is going to be the starting balance. Then you're also going to add the interest. So for the second year, we are going to start with the balance from the previous year. That is 1,200. Then the interest we said is going to stick as it is. So we are going to just drag this down. And now the closing balance is going to be the opening balance plus the interest. And now this is going to repeat all through, and we can simply drag this to the end here. So we are going to have, you can now simply sum and say you have gotten an interest of £800. If you want to do this for a 10-year period, you can now proceed to do it. For compound interest, we said it follows the same criteria. So the first thing is we are going to put in our period. Then the starting balance is the amount of money that we had at the beginning of the period. And the interest is going to be whatever we have at the start of the period multiplied by our interest rate, which is right here. So we are going to lock this cell, but you may have noticed the difference between the formula that we had here, which was the principal multiplied by the rate, and the formula that we have here, which is the starting balance multiplied by the rate. Then we are going to have our closing balance as the sum of the starting balance and the interest. Now, for the second year, we are going to have, of course, the starting balance is the closing balance of the previous year, and then we are going to have our interest following this same formula, but remember to lock this cell using these dollar signs, and now we can simply drag this down. So it simply means we are going to have the product of the starting balance and the interest rate. You are also going to get the closing balance by simply adding the starting balance and the interest, and we already had that formula up here. So after you've done all that, then you can simply drag this to the bottom, and you can find the total interest that was paid for this period by simply summing this column here. And now that is going to be 1073.6. So as you can see, when you have simple interest, you're going to earn an interest of 800 because the interest does not earn interest. But for compound interest, the interest earns interest. So you're going to get a compound interest of 1073.6. Implementing this in Python should be a simple and straightforward thing. Here, I assume that you had already seen our introductory course to Python and you know what a function is. So we are going to define a function called simple interest, and then we are going to say we are going to need the principal, the rate, and the duration. So The annual interest for the simple interest is the principal multiplied by the rate, and I have already explained that. And the total interest is going to be each year's interest multiplied by the total number of years. So technically, this is the only thing that you need. But now I want us to be able to see the breakdown per year. So for each year, the balance at the start, the interest, and the closing balance. So I'm going to use this for loop, and I had already explained this in the course that I put out there, so you can go check it out. But technically, I'm going to introduce a for loop so that for each year, the first year, so Python begins by counting from 0. So I add 1 here, so it's going to be here 0 plus 1. So the first year, it is going to output the principal, and then the interest, and then also the principal at the end, the principal at the end of the year. So that is the principal plus interest, the balance. At the end of everything, we are going to return the total interest, which had already been computed up here. So if I run this cell, so this function now exists, and now I'm going to pass the principal as 1,000. So this is P, 1,000 pounds, the rate as 0.2, and the period of 4 years. So when I run this, I'm going to get the breakdown each. And you might have noticed these are also the same figures we got when we were using Excel. The same goes for compound interest. So we are going to define a function. And after that, now the function is going to accept the principal, the rate, and the duration. And then the total interest is simply principal multiplied by 1 plus the rate multiplied by the number of years. So this one here. Then we are going to subtract 1. Of course, we could have written this in another different format, whichever you choose. Then we are going to calculate the opening balance and the closing balance. So the closing balance here is going to be passed to the next year to become the opening balance. And I hope you can easily see that. And it is simply this change here. We removed this plus 1 to retain just I. Then the annual interest is simply the closing balance, subtract the opening balance. And you can also output this as we did in Excel. And now when you run, you're going to get this breakdown. So if we change this rate, for example, to 10%, we are still going to get 464. If we change this period to 25 years, we are going to get this breakdown for all the 25 years, and this is our annual total interest earned in 25 years. So that is how you calculate simple and compound interest mathematically in Excel and in Python. If you like to learn more finance concepts in those 3 different steps, please subscribe, share, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.